Welcome back. Today we're doing a deep dive into something pretty specific. It's the A-Neuvideo ANI-88HDRH, an 8x8 HDMI Matrix Switcher scaler. And, well, you look at the price, nearly $2,500. So the big question is, what does this thing do? Why does it cost so much more than, a regular Switch you might buy? We want to unpack the specs, really understand why a device like this is needed for certain high-end setups. What problems is it solving?
Well, you really need to think of it less like a simple switch and more like a command center for video. Its main job is routing, taking 8 different high-bandwidth HDMI sources, think 4K players, computers, whatever, and sending any of those signals to any of 8 different displays, all while meeting the absolute latest standards. That price buys reliability, serious reliability.
Okay, reliability. Let's dig into that. What kind of performance are we talking about here? What makes this necessary versus cheaper options?
It's all about keeping that signal pure. This supports full 4K resolution at 60 frames per second, and crucially, 4.4.4 color. So for anyone not deep in the weeds, 4.4.4 means zero color compression. You're getting the full picture data, absolutely vital for things where detail is paramount, like medical displays or complex data visualization.
Okay, so high bandwidth, you mentioned 6 gigabits per second data rate, and it needs to handle the copy protection too, right? HDCP 2.2?
Correct. HDCP 2.2 compliance is built in. But where this thing really shines is making all that complex gear actually talk to each other smoothly. Which brings up a good point. Why not just use, say, 8 separate, cheaper extenders if you need distance? What does this central box give you for $2,400?
Right, and that seems to lead us straight into EDID management, doesn't it? That whole nightmare of screens not showing a picture because the source and display aren't agreeing.
Exactly that. The digital handshake, as they call it. This matrix has really comprehensive ED duals built right in. It comes with 6 standard internal EDIDs, but it can also copy the ED from any of the 8 screens you plug into it. Or you can load up to 4 of your own custom EDIDs. The spec sheet literally says it's designed to solve many interconnectivity problems. Basically, it forces everything to communicate properly, ensuring you actually get a picture on all 8 screens. It guarantees they play nice.
And that guarantee has to extend over distance too, right? Because standard HDMI cables, especially with 4K HDR, they don't go very far.
Absolutely. Copper HDMI cables really struggle with these high bandwidths over, say, 15-20 feet. So this A-Neuvideo unit has a clever solution. It includes 8 USB ports, and these aren't for charging your phone. They output 5 volts at 1 amp specifically to power active optical cables, fiber optic HDMI cables. This lets you send that pristine 4K 4.4.4 signal hundreds of feet away without degradation, something copper just can't handle reliably.
Okay, so robust signal handling, EDID management, powering long-distance fiber. This is pointing towards a very professional, high-stakes kind of user, which makes sense when you see it's TAA compliant. What does TAA mean here?
Right. TAA is the Trade Agreements Act. It means the product is made either in the U.S. or a designated partner country. This is often a hard requirement for U.S. government purchasing, military, educational institutions, places like that. It signals that this isn't just about performance, it's also about secure sourcing for critical infrastructure. Definitely not your average home theater box.
And for that kind of user, you need flexible control. Looks like it covers all the bases, RS-232 serial control, telnet, a web interface, even buttons on the front.
It's designed for integration into larger control systems. Plus, firmware updates via USB stick for field serviceability. And the vendor, HDTV Supply, makes a point of mentioning their long relationship with A-Neuvideo since 2002 and a solid 3-year warranty. That signals stability, trust, important for these markets.
So pulling it all together, the ANI-88HDRH isn't just a switch. It's a highly specialized TAA-compliant hub. It's the backbone for complex video setups that need perfect 4K HDR signals, managed properly, often sent over long distances, with zero room for failure.
Exactly. So here's something to think about. Given that specific mix, the high bandwidth, the need to power fiber, the strict TAK compliance, what specific government agencies or maybe institutional settings absolutely need a system like this? A system built to manage and reliably power 8 simultaneous perfect 4K HDR feeds where security and origin are just as critical as the picture quality.